David is a webmaster. He puts all kinds of stuff there. David, can you give us an update of what we're looking at on the website right now?
Sure. Let me see if I can share a screen. I'm going to try to give it up here. I wanted to point out to folks that where you can find things, make it a little easier on you. And let's see, there's someplace or other I can choose share screen, and right there, I think. And if you can see that, I just wanted to point out that you can find lots of strange things here. Like if you push this button, you can find the list of all the addresses you can send the Freedom Pens to. If you happen to want to find out what the events are, we've got an event list here. If you're looking for the contact list, I'm going to go there particularly and point it out. And I don't want this to become too boring, so I won't take too much time. People seem to come to this page and fill this out and send me a message that say, send me one because I can't figure out how to find it. But if you click this button right here, a special form comes up. And if you fill this thing out, you get the results almost right away. It'll take like 3 minutes and the site automatically sends it. You send your name, your email, the subject, but the subject has to be a very specific thing. You can't see it here, by gosh. Let me see. Okay. Insert the subject line, which is captain. You put in captain, capital CAPTAIN. And yes, I'm the one that chose that, not Eddie. And if you put in this phrase right here, and you unclick this, I make you do all these stupid things to try to keep the bots from finding this list. And you submit it, it'll send you a copy of the list right away. And I just wanted to point that out to anybody that wants the contact list. You can keep it up. I know I've got to add 2 names to it right after the meeting because I got 2 new addresses yesterday and I didn't do it yet. I hate to admit it, I'm kind of lazy. Anyway, I just wanted to point that out, that we got things like the events list. If you want to be included in the events list, I know we've got some items here. Most of it's just us, but I'd love to add something else that relates to you. If you've got something that you want to see added to the list. Am I overdoing it? We've got a gallery. And then if you want to find out what some of the tools are that people have been sending in, I've got a separate gallery that shows some of the tools that people have been sending in. And this is the big one for me. I think it's a real mess to try to follow it. If you try to enter FYI, you can glance down at things. Anytime somebody puts something in the chat, I try to get the address out of it, and then I put it under one of these categories, and you can kind of glance down and see it. Now, some of the categories, I don't put a picture for everything because we'll have 3 or 4 different bottles that show up as black ink, and I don't want to show 34 copies of that, so I'll have 1 or 2 of them sitting there. But you can kind of find a lot of those things. It's also possible to grab the chat. I don't need to tell you you can't grab the chat. The chat, let me see if I can find the chat. If you go to the home page, let me go back to the home page. It'll take forever. And you look right about there, it says chat. And it has a list of all the chats for 3 years. And you can click on one, you can open it up, you can download it. And just wanted everybody to know where they can find the chat. It's fairly easy to find. It's on the home page. And click this thing and find the chat that you need. I hope that gave people some information on where they can find things. Oh, if you don't want to go to the pictures over here, there's an alternate option. You can look by category, kind of like project materials and miscellaneous equipments, and that would be things like the engravers. I mean, But if you went here, you'd find things like chucks and centers and whatever. And we've got finishing materials people have been mentioning. They're all the things that you find under the pictures. I just sort of put them down by category. That's about all I wanted to mention right now. I'm going to probably try doing something like this every week, and I'll go to particular pages and point it out to you to remind you and say,
Oh, great idea.
do visit it. And I won't take so much time next time.
Oh, no worries. It's great info. That's a
Okay.
good looking web page
Yes,
we got.
thanks. Thanks, Dave.
Okay, my pleasure.
You do great, Dave.
I have one question on that whole subject.
Which
Where
one's-
else in the world will you find that? Where else in the world will you find that? Yeah, thank you,
Right.
Dave. He's our webmaster because of that. And he only does that well because of you. He can't share things he doesn't have. And I saw little blurbs in there about Matt Harbor and Joaquin and all the other members. And these folks aren't getting paid to do any of this. They're doing just like we want you to do, share the information.